Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fake Therapy. It's me, your host, Maria Womack, back again to say hi and check in and see how you're doing. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm feeling pretty chill, and I just want to chill. It's kind of as simple as that. Yeah, I'm just having one of those days where I don't really want to do a lot. I just want to have a nice reset day, physically and mentally. My work weeks have been feeling really long lately. I've been working really hard. And I just want to have a nice day where I'm laying in bed and watching silly videos, honestly. That might sound lazy, but I just want a lazy day. I think that's well deserved. And if you're feeling like you want to have a lazy day of your own, then I think that's okay. You earned that. We all work really hard, okay? And I think it's important for us to just have, like I said, a nice reset day. Nothing wrong with that. So, I don't know. I'm trying to fight feeling low energy a little bit. I am getting some stuff done. I went out to breakfast. I went out and got some coffee. I walked around Target. And now I'm doing this. I'm not being totally unproductive, but also if you ever feel like you have a day where you don't want to be productive at all, I think that's totally okay. That's what I'm telling myself, at least. But yeah, I've been good nonetheless. I've been doing really good. Staying happy for the most part. There are some things that maybe I've been dealing with here and there, but picking myself up and trying to move forward. And I think successfully doing so. What's been going on with me? Well, let's talk about it, I guess. One thing I wanted to talk about today was changes in our bodies, our self-appearance that we go throughout our lives. And as we get older, we're not always gonna maybe look the same as we did when we were like a teenager, or, have the same body as we did, or in general, just look the same as we did when we were a lot younger, maybe. And I know that a lot of us are, around my age, late 20s or older. But even in that short span of still being very young, we still experience a lot of changes in how we look and how we feel about ourselves, I guess. But that's all right, because there's beauty in all sorts of bodies out there. Big, little, skinny, fat. There's not only one kind of beauty standard. So if you feel like you looked better when you were skinny, maybe you also look good a little bit thicker, and that's okay. And I hope that you can find comfort in that and, redefine your beauty and different forms of yourself throughout your life, if that makes sense. And I say that because that's something that I've had to tell myself, especially recently. So I'm pregnant and I'm going through a lot of body changes myself. And that's somewhat something to get used to a little bit. But that's all right. I don't know. When I was younger, I was kind of chubby, I guess. And I got straight up made fun of it to my face, all the time for it. And it made me feel really bad. And ever since I was a kid, I've always worried about my weight, always worried about going to the doctor for them to tell me that I was, fat. And I've always like tried to on and off work out, work on my body. And like sometimes it felt senseless because, I've been like a chubby kid and I've also been like a fairly skinny, thin person. And even whenever I was like in my peak fit body, I always had insecurities that it wasn't enough. Like I never felt like I could be skinny enough. And knowing how like beautiful I've been able to make myself, like when would it have ever stopped? I think it would have been something that always stayed with me, that I'd always have this insecurity of like my body not being enough or blah, 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 blah. So like you might as well just learn to love what you have, Like if you want to work on yourself, that's okay and do that, but be satisfied with the work that you're doing with yourself, and just know that you are enough. Because it's true. Like I'm trying to tell myself that all the time, especially as our bodies grow and change. There are different ages, our different lifestyles, our different stages of our lives that we go through. We're going to be going through changes, and change is scary. But something that you gotta get used to, and that's okay. But just like thinking about how like I have been fat and I've been skinny, and that I felt the same about myself just makes me wish that I could just work with what I have. And I think I'm, more in that mindset now, I guess, for the most part. Yeah. I don't know. Like before I got pregnant, I was on a pretty good workout routine. I was like being pretty regularly physical. And I feel like I was like probably in the best shape that I've like maybe ever been in. Which was good and fun, and I enjoyed showing my body off in some ways, I guess, but I would still like go out and be insecure in person over like wearing certain articles of clothing because like maybe it showed my like lower stomach a little bit too much, and I'm like, oh, I have like a little stomach, so I'm like not wanting to show it off. And it seems so silly now that I'm like pregnant and growing. Looking back on that, I'm like I was skinny. And if you were to ask me at the time if I thought I was skinny, I'd be like, no, I'm not skinny. Don't say that. But I was like a skinny person. It's crazy how it's like that sometimes. How you just like don't see yourself for what you are. So just find the beauty in yourself. Please, I'm begging you, so that you could appreciate yourself. So I have been growing in my pregnancy, and I was like feeling pretty good about that. I was like, I'm like 23 weeks so far, so I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway through my pregnancy. I'm due in February, so yeah, I'm a little over the halfway mark. I kind of let the number on the scale go, because I was like, I'm going to be gaining weight, and because I'm pregnant and I'm happy to do that. Like that's what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, the beginning of me gaining weight in pregnancy, I would step on the scale and I would look at the number rising and I'd be like so happy because I'm like, this is what this is. Like, it's my time to like let go and not care about like this number anymore. Something that I low-key have always cared about. So yeah, I was happy to do so. And like, even at this time now, I'm knowing that I have gained probably like around 20 pounds. Okay. But I'm like, I'm pregnant. Like, fuck you guys. Like, who cares? Like, fuck everybody. I'm allowed to be like, I'm allowed to gain 20 pounds. I'm growing a fucking human inside of me. Like, who are you to say anything, I'm like, no one's going to say anything. Like, I'm pregnant, like, So yeah, I'm just happy about it. There was no defensive about gaining weight over being pregnant, because to me that's like, duh, I'm gonna gain weight. And I'm like smiling, thinking about like my baby's gonna be here soon. So I've been going to the baby doctor where they like do checkups on me and everything's going good. Everything's like going really, really good. I also have a separate doctor that I go to, where I have like an annual wellness check. And, this is a separate doctor that's just like general. They just like make sure I'm normal, healthy. Like I said, they do an annual wellness check just to check my wellness annually, once a year. And I've been to this general doctor once before, and I liked her, and everything was good the first time I went. I remember when I went to the general doctor the last time, and it was the first time I had been to the doctor in years and years, something I put off for so long because it's something that made me anxious. And even then, before I was pregnant, I like brought up my weight, because in the past, as like a kid, when I would go to the doctor, it was something that they would always bring up. Like, you're fat, you need to lose weight, you're chubby. Like, they'd be really insensitive about it. So I have like, I have this avoidance to the doctor because of that. So I like asked her about the weight thing. I think I've talked about this before. And she was like, I'm not worried about your weight. I was the one that brought it up, and she was like, I'm not worried about it. Like, you seem healthy and you're healthy weight. So I was like, okay, good. And I went out there feeling good, and that kind of like cured my like insecurity about like the combination of weight and the doctor for a while. I was not pregnant then. And then I got pregnant. I've been going to the baby doctor a lot. I've been loving that experience. So that all happened. That was like months and months ago, like I said, before I was pregnant. Now it's time to go back to the general doctor for the annual wellness visit. And like I had the appointment booked so long ago that I was like, I might as well go. She could like check my vitals and stuff. Lately, I've been liking going to the doctor, and it's like a free visit. So I was like, I might as well not cancel. I might as well just go, just so like, I don't know. I was just like, I might as well. So I go to the general doctor lady, and they weigh me again, and that's where I see that I've gained like 20 pounds. I mean, with clothes and shoes, The fact that I have to say that I was wearing shoes and clothes shows you how, like, picky I am about the weight thing. Like, I weighed this much. Oh, but guys, I was only wearing clothes and shoes. Like, I shouldn't have to explain that. That kind of shows you how insecure I secretly feel about it, though. Or just sensitive I feel about it. Not insecure, but I'm sensitive about it. But I'm happy. I see this bigger number and I'm like smiling about it because I'm like, ooh, there's a baby inside. It's so exciting. So, yeah, she weighs me. She writes down the number. She's like, go in this room and wait for the doctor. So I go in there and I wait for her. And then she comes in and then she just like talks to me about how I'm feeling. I tell her that I'm pregnant. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. We talk about that a lot. She just seems like genuinely excited and she seems happy for me and she's just congratulating me. And my vitals were good. And she was like, next time I see you next year, you're going to like have a little one and it's going to be like so exciting. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, like she was only just happy for me and she didn't have anything bad to say. So I was like, yes, another good visit. I love going to the doctor. I love the doctors checking on me and making sure that I'm good. So I'm like, okay, got that out of the way for the day. I'm having a good day. So they're like, all right, we're going to send you off with some summary paperwork, which is basically a rundown of today's visit. So if you've been to the doctor before, most of us have, you always leave with like a summary of like, it tells you how your vitals were. It tells you what you guys talked about, different medications that they may have prescribed to you, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay. I like took it and I went to my car and I was reading the paperwork, okay? And details of my visit say words like overweight. Okay. Triggering. At the end of the paperwork, there's like an educational pamphlet of like how to take care of yourself when you're overweight. And I'm like, what? Like my heart drops. And I felt like shocked almost. I was like, is this a mistake? Like I just fucking told you I was pregnant. What? Like this has got to be a mistake. Right? Because we just had this like super happy, positive talk about how I was pregnant, that I seemed so healthy, that everything was good. So why am I like reading stuff not only that we did not talk about, but like one of my like most avoided things of like being told that I'm like overweight, you know? I already have an irrational fear of like, yeah, I'll call it irrational fear. Because, you know, I'm like in denial. When I'm in my right mind, I'm in denial about being overweight or being fat, okay? But when I'm like in my insecure state of mind, that's when I'm like, oh, I'm like so fat, I'm so gross, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So this is kind of feeding into my irrational fear of like stupid, ingrained, intrusive fear that I'm like overweight and gross. And she didn't say anything about that. Like, I'm like, you're so fake. Like, what is going on? Are you like trying to drop a hint to me that like, oh, you're like fat and gross, even for a pregnant person you are, and you need to do something about it. So here's this educational pamphlet that's hopefully going to help you, you disgusting piece of crap, as like what I'm thinking. And you were also like too pussy to like say it to my face. What's going on? It like really messed with my head. Okay. I was like, what the hell? I was feeling pretty positive and I was feeling pretty accepting of my changing body, my pregnant changing body, up until this point, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Which I don't think was good for me. That seriously fucking sucked. I wish that didn't happen. I wish I never were to go. I should have canceled the appointment. I should not have gone. I never want to see them again. I was really sad. At first I was shocked and I was like, this has to be a mistake. I like there's like a patient portal thing where you can email the doctor and ask questions between appointments. And I was like, hey, I'm wondering why this says this, because I'm pregnant. Duh, that's what I'm thinking. And we didn't talk about this. So, like, why is it saying this in my summary? You know? And then shortly after I sent the message, I got like multiple calls from the doctor's office. And I was like, I don't want to talk to them. I'm mad at them. You know? Yeah, I thought that was super insensitive and cruel and mean. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It fucked with me. So I was thinking about that a lot and avoiding these doctor's calls. And then also, recently, I don't know, I've been having like sweet cravings, and I've been like enjoying like a dessert once a day. You know, I didn't think that was a crime. I wasn't necessarily like hating myself for that. But like, I guess that's what I've been doing, okay? That I've been enjoying like a dessert every day. Like one dessert every day. Is that bad? I didn't want to like punish myself for that, but now I'm like feeling really bad about that. And then I like had just gone to Crumble Cookies for the first time the day before, and I like posted something on my story about the Crumble Cookies, okay? Because I was excited about it. I saw it all over TikTok, and I'm finally being able to try the Crumble Cookies. So I posted those cookies on my story. And then later, it kind of like upset my stomach. So I also posted an update saying, update, the cookies were delicious, but it hurt my stomach. And then someone replied to my story being like, you know, the cookies are like multiple servings. So I just got out of this doctor's office where they told me I was overweight, but not to my face, when I'm pregnant and going through huge changes in my body for the first time. And then this dude that's like telling me, oh, your stomach hurts because you obviously ate too much. Sucks. That really hurt my fucking feelings, dude. I need some water. But I'm okay. I wasn't okay that day, though. I was feeling so fucking sad. Like, I kept thinking about it, and I would, like, cry on and off about it. Like, actual tears rolling down my face. And it, like, made me feel bad of, like, oh, like, okay, I'm supposed to gain weight, of course, but maybe I'm gaining weight too fast, and now I'm, like, in trouble with the doctor, and they're, like, secretly trying to tell me that I'm, like, not taking care of myself, which also means that I'm not taking care of my baby. So yeah, that had me feeling emotional as fuck. Also, in general, throughout my pregnancy, I'm a little on the sensitive emotional side. I'm not like a mean, irritable pregnant lady. I'm like a sensitive, emotional pregnant girl. That's just more my brand right now. So I'm taking these things very harshly. And I think on a normal day, if I wasn't pregnant, I would be taking these comments harshly. Like I said before, because I have a history of being sensitive about it. So yeah, that made me feel like shit. And it was like one of those things that made me like not want to eat. Yeah, that sucks. Which I shouldn't be feeling that way. Like, fuck the fucking doctor, honestly. They finally emailed me back on the patient portal thing. And I guess it was like the doctor's assistant. And they were like, as per the doctor, weight loss was not discussed in your appointment because you are pregnant. But we need you to eat healthy. And I'm like, who the fuck said I was not eating healthy? She never asked me, hey, are you eating healthy? What's your diet like? Because she would know that I'm also eating healthy, okay? Like, I'm indulging in, like, a a dessert, you know, after dinner, does that mean that I'm not fucking eating vegetables and like eating healthy too? No, it doesn't. But maybe if you asked me that, you would know that. Why are you assuming that I'm just like, are you assuming I'm just eating junk food all day long because I'm like gained this much weight? And then I like try to Google how much weight you're supposed to gain. And a lot of people say that, well, a lot of people say this and a lot of people say that. Medical people are going to tell you that like 25 to 35 pounds throughout your whole pregnancy is normal. And here I am, 20 pounds heavier halfway through. I still have halfway to go. So I'm like feeling really bad about that. But the other people who are like actually moms who've actually bared children are like, there's some that are like, I gained 60, 70 pounds and I lost it all. Or like, it's just, that's also what my mom went through, you know, just genetically when I get pregnant, I gain a lot of weight. That's just like what I've heard from other moms. So that's been helpful to me. But like, fuck you, doctor. Like, oh my God, I seriously never want to see those doctors ever again. I was like venting to my mom about it. And she was like, don't worry about it. I gained like 50 pounds when I had you and I lost it all. My mom is like a fit woman and she gained and lost 50 pounds, you know, during a pregnancy. So she wasn't worried about it. And she was like, you should have just like not gone to that general doctor, but you didn't know. Like all you need is your baby doctor right now. So now I fucking know that. And I might not ever go to not a baby doctor ever again. Or I'm at least a little scarred. It's annoying as fuck though. I'm like annoyed that they made me feel that way. At this point, I'm past the sadness because I'm like, that was fucking bullshit. And I'm just like annoyed as fuck that they would even do that. Maybe make a comment to my face like you're gaining a little bit of weight fast. But to just like send me off with like pamphlet and paperwork saying that I'm overweight, fuck you. Seriously. That's so fucked up, dude. Like, come on. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's not a me problem. That's a them problem. That's more of like what my mindset is right now. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that, dude. So, but for a while, after that, I was like feeling really bad about myself. I was like, okay, I guess I can't have desserts anymore. I need to like not be a piece of shit and like only eat super healthy. Just like hating on myself and like pushing fat phobia on myself and just like feeling bad. So I was feeling bad for like a while there. And so yeah, that kind of sucks. My self-esteem was plummeted down as opposed to it being like pretty high before this day of the doctor, you know? Whatever. I had this day at work recently after where I was feeling low and feeling sad because I had this on my mind for a while. And we had this day where I was at work. I work at a hair salon, as a lot of you guys know. And one day we got a call from this lady. And she was like, my coworker answered the phone. And she talked my coworker's ear off about how she came in, got her hair cut by the manager, and that it was like such a horrible experience, that she totally ruined her hair, that she didn't even ask her how she wanted her hair cut, how her friend told her her hair looks messed up and blah, 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 which was like kind of strange because it's not really like normal for my manager to have people calling about her. Like, she does pretty good work. This is not really like in character for this to happen to her. She wasn't there at the time, but the lady was like, I do not want your manager touching my hair again. Will you please fix my hair? Talking to my coworker on the phone. She talked her ear off about it, which is kind of already like red flaggy, because I don't know, if it were me and so let's say I went somewhere and I got a bad haircut, I would call and be like, hey, I got a haircut that I'm not really happy with. Do you think there's someone I could come in that can like fix it up for me? You know, I would hate to do that, but I would do it if I was truly that unsatisfied. Short and simple, yes or no. Okay, I'll come in at this time, bye. You know, it should be like a 5-minute phone call. But she was on the phone with her for so long, just the woman just trashing her name. And like, I don't want to be seen by her. I need somebody else to help me. So my coworker was like, okay, come in. You can come in tomorrow and then we'll fix your hair. We'll take a look at it. But even after she got off the phone with her, she was like, that lady was kind of weird. That was weird. And I kind of don't want to be in this situation where I'm like having to fix my manager's haircut, because that could be an awkward position. So the lady comes in the next day and she came in and she was like all over the place, okay? She was very erratic and like like the moment she walked in, like her energy was just like so just like uneasy, where it's like this is not a typical person who got a bad haircut, you know. This is like something else, okay? This is like a Karen times 5 or 10. This is an intense lady who, while waiting for someone my coworker that spoke to her on the phone, that's who she's expecting to fix her hair. While she's waiting on her to fix her haircut, quote unquote, she's like in the lobby, like talking so much shit about my manager and how she like fucked up her hair and fucked up her life. She's making it seem like. And I don't know, she's being really dramatic and I can't obviously see what's wrong with her hair. Even though she's like pointing at different parts of her hair, I'm like kind of thinking like, what is she talking about? You know, I've been a hairstylist for like 9 years and I've seen some really bad haircuts. And, you know, I've gotten bad haircuts myself. I know what like a bad haircut looks like. And I just don't think that this is what that is. Like, it's one thing if you like didn't get what you wanted or you got a bad haircut, but she's not being like, I didn't quite get what I wanted. She's saying, you know, this lady like sucks so bad. She's like tarnishing her name, my manager. And it's like, she's like, look at my hair. It's like so fucked up. And we're kind of like looking at her like, what? Anyway, so my coworker finally is able to get to the woman who is unhappy. And she's like, let's take a look at your hair and see what's going on. And then she's kind of looking at it and she's like, what exactly are you unhappy with? I don't want to be mean, but the woman kind of already had like not the best hair texture. Like she just had really like thin hair. I don't know. Maybe that's aside the point. But I don't know. My coworker is like, what exactly are you not happy with? And the lady's like, you don't see this? And it's like being really mean to my coworker at this point. And my coworker is like getting really uncomfortable. And the lady's like not even being clear of like what she wants my coworker to do to help her. So it's just confusing. She just seems like she's there to talk shit and complain. And at one point, the lady's like, I think that you should highlight my hair. And she's saying that she wants my coworker to highlight her hair for free because my manager messed her hair up so bad, which the lady's hair does not look that messed up haircut wise. You know, she has a fine haircut. There's nothing wrong with her haircut. But she's not happy with it, and now she's putting it on my other coworker that since, the manager messed her up, that she should get free highlights from my coworker. And my coworker is like, I'm not the one that made you unhappy to begin with, so I'm not going to do that for you for free. She said it in a very polite way, and then the lady's like, well, you just don't want to do anything nice for somebody. And then, oh my gosh, that kind of like set me off as a witness, I'm like very uncomfortable. I'm like, this lady is, I hate to say it, and I don't want to say it, but I want to say, and I'll say it one time, that she was crazy. Okay. So she's like ruining the whole energy of the room and is like getting really upset. And then my coworker's like, I don't think I can make you happy. I think that you just need to like maybe go and then come back when the manager is here, and then you could square it up with her. And the lady starts like refusing to leave, and like she's like, oh my God, she's like causing a scene. We have other customers in the salon who are just witnessing, feeling uncomfortable. Everyone's feeling uncomfortable. And she's just like hands over her eyes, like acting like she's gonna break down and cry. And it was a lot. This is one of those things that you like see TikTok videos of like Karens in the wild. I was experiencing it for the first time truly in real life, and it was a horrible feeling of like I wasn't even dealing with her, and my heart was beating so fast just being in the same room as her. So she was like causing this scene, and she wouldn't leave, and someone was about to call the cops on her when my other coworker was like so sick of the fiasco that she was like, just come sit down and I'll cut your hair. Okay. Almost just like, just calm down, because the original coworker that she talked to on the phone who said she would cut her hair got such a bad vibe from her that she was like, I'm not gonna be able to help you. I totally think she made the right decision. But then she wouldn't leave, and the lady was like, no one wants to help me. Duh, because you're like being rude and like nasty now at this point. Like no one wants to help you. And where you realize it's just you, that you're just like the C word. So yeah. So my other coworker ended up like trimming up her hair, and all she did was trim the hair. I think it was just, she didn't necessarily fix anything, I felt like. But I think she thought the best thing to do was just calm down the situation and just do that. So then she leaves. She's like finishing up. She's finishing up. And I'm kind of talking with, the first coworker in the back, kind of like trying to comfort her. And we're just kind of like hiding from the lady because she just went off on her and was like, you don't want to do anything nice for anybody? And she got mad at her for not giving her free highlights. So we were just avoiding her. And then she was like, I'm just going to go out on the floor now and just like face her. It's not a big deal. Not even like face her, confront her, but just like go out into her space. And the lady tried to be really confrontational with her and be like, you're mad at me, aren't you? Scared is probably the right word. We're scared of you, lady. So the coworker that cut her hair. And then she was like, thank you so much. Thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. She got what she wanted, even though she didn't deserve to. I don't think she should have been helped because she was just like acting a fool, and we should not be condoning this behavior, We can't be giving this ultra toxic Karen what she wants. We should just get her out of here and never serve her ever again. Anyway, she got what she wanted, okay? She got her hair tweaked a little bit, even though whatever, there was nothing wrong with it, honestly. And she like starts to leave, go towards the lobby, but she's honestly lingering around a little bit. Okay. And I'm like, why isn't this lady leaving? Why does she got what she needed? Why isn't she leaving? And so she comes up to my other coworker again and like gets in her face and is like, she said, I just want to say one thing to you, which she said this already. She was like, I talked to you on the phone and I complained to you and you said that you would fix my hair, which she doesn't even know her. Like she just happened to pick up the phone that day and listen to her complaint. And now she's like attacking her, like verbally attacking her and getting in her face, okay? And I have just had enough of this. Like, so I like got up, I went up to the lady and I was like, ma'am, I think that you need to leave, okay? You got what you wanted and you're just making her uncomfortable. You need to go. And that threw her for a loop. And she was like, you're making me uncomfortable. She said that to me. And then she starts to finally leave. And then she turns around. Her last words are, and I'm going to sue your manager because she cut me on the neck. Oh my God, that was the first time she mentioned that. Okay, she's making stuff up again. So then she finally left. Oh my God. So she finally left and everyone was happy and everyone was congratulating me and being like, oh my God, Maria, you're the real MVP. Maria, you were so brave for going up to that lady. Maria, I can't believe you. You are a soldier. I swear to God. They called me a soldier because I confronted her and I told her she was making people uncomfortable and that she needed to go. And everyone, it was something that people were like quoting me what I said to the lady and just like kept bringing it up like, that was so cool. You protected her. I feel so safe around you, Maria. And honestly, that moment, although it took a little bit of bravery, brought me back a confidence boost in a different way of like, yeah, I was like really, really sad about my body for a little bit, but I had a resurgence of confidence over being brave, being a protective person that people feel safe around, you know, standing up for somebody, you know, just being that bitch that got the crazy Karen out of the workspace and saved everyone from emotional turmoil. And that got me feeling really good. Yeah, I got a confidence boost of a different kind. And it was enough for me where I suddenly felt good about myself again. Because that's me. I'm very powerful. You know, I have the power to speak up. I can be confrontational when I need to be. I'm not someone that you can walk all over, okay? You probably thought I was just another stylist in the background hiding from you. But when I asked you to leave, lady, you left, okay? And I saved everyone from you. And I don't ever want to see you again. Because if she comes back on site, the cops are being called. You know, I hate to do that and involve them, but I will. God, that was a lot. You don't run into that very often. Usually people are very, you know, rational and calm. But yeah, that was the opposite. But yeah, I like secretly needed that little moment for myself. And yeah, now I'm back on top again. Now I'm like that girl again, you know, the brave one. So yeah, other than that, my birthday's coming up, everybody. Yay! It's going to be my first sober birthday in God knows how long. Like over a decade. Somewhere in my teenage years is probably my last sober birthday, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, that's different, but I'm happy to do it. I'm just going to have a relaxing birthday celebration. I'm going to have a nice dinner, maybe multiple nice dinners, with multiple groups of people, like my family, my partner, friends. Me and my best friends are gonna have a spa day, something we've never done before. I think that'll be very nice. I'm gonna get a prenatal massage. I really need it because I'm starting to get sore. And I'm really looking forward to that. I deserve that. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. And I'm not like, oh, it's gonna be boring. I'm like happy to like be a little boring this year. You know, I just want calm, drama-free, easygoing day. We might go to the farmer's market. Crazy. Yeah. So that'll be nice. There's fun things to do when you're sober too. For other people who are, practicing sobriety, I'd be interested to hear about your sober birthdays too. What you did to celebrate, to substitute like, getting drunk or like going out to party or having a traditional birthday party. What did you do for your sober birthday if you haven't experienced that? And yeah, and like I've said before, like even after my pregnancy, I kind of want to like still practice sobriety for a while, especially like taking care of a new baby. I think that's going to take a lot of focus, and I want to, be in my best headspace for that. So yeah, happy birthday to me. I'm going to be 28 years old. I feel like I'm already 28. I'm not 28 yet. I keep forgetting. I'm still 27, but on October 26th, I will be 28. If you want to get me a little present, I have a baby registry on Amazon that you can look up. I need a lot of stuff. There's 124 items on this list that you can choose from if you want. I think that'd be very nice. If you want to get me a gift for my birthday, you can get a gift for my baby. And we would appreciate that. But a happy birthday just would suffice as well. Anyway, I love you all. Be kind to each other. Treat each other with respect. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And yes, I just love you so much. Be kind to others and be kind to yourself, obviously. Yes. Don't be so hard on yourself. Love yourself like I love you.